Peace, reflection. Hit the like and subscribe button. You are over here with Taretha. You with T, baby. Hit the like and subscribe button. Don't do that, reflection. I know you ain't trying to come over here. I done came all the way from Mars and shit. And you don't want to hit the like and subscribe button. Do I need to get back on my spaceship? Wait a minute. Let me turn this music down. Because, no, y'all acting royalty. Now, I know y'all from royalty and everything. I don't know. But y'all need to get that together. Reflection. Hit the like and subscribe button because you over here with my crew. And you know how we do, reflection. We cut up. We cut up when we get over here to earth. If you know and you don't know how we do, we shake shit up. We get people uncomfortable, reflection. That's what we do. We are from Mars, baby. So with that being said, you see the title, reflection. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only. Pick what you need to out of this video and definitely go and do your own research. Now, with that being said, today or tonight, whenever you hit this video, we are here talking about the Black nobility, reflection. We are talking about the Black nobility, baby. Who run the world? Yes. Who run the world? Yes. We just trying to see who running the world, reflection. We just looking. We are just looking. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the 13 families, the royal families, different things like that, reflection, jump in with my crew. This is going to be a good video for you, baby. Okay, so with that being said, remember, take what you need from this video. Don't pick up none that don't belong to you now, reflection. Don't you come over here on my spaceship picking up shit that don't belong to you. Okay, so what do belong to you, reflection? Pick it up and go do your own research. Definitely go and come up with your own perspective. Never just take one piece of information and just stop right there, reflection, because we are in the age of information. There's so much that you can build on with this information that I'm presenting today or tonight whenever you hit this video. Okay, now with that being said, I am not here to waste your time. Roll up, pull up, whichever one you do. If you don't do either, don't even worry about it, reflection. You can still come over here with my crew, because after this video, you get what I'm saying, you may be hanging out my spaceship.
What's up, everybody? This is Rebel, and I want to talk to you about Black nobility, because Black nobility is melanated people that is from Africa, and what it stands for is a society within an elite society. And what this is these are the richest people in the world, and they run the world, and they are melanated people from Africa. They're called blackamoors, and they're in Europe, and they're still running Europe. This is why when you go to Europe, you see a lot of melanated statues, because this is who is really in charge. But we're taught that white people is in charge, but that is not true. White people is the front man, but they're not in charge of anything. This is why when you see Queen Elizabeth and the Pope, which is quote unquote two important people, they always kissing the feet of Africans, and we never understood that. Let me show you something. You remember this photo right here. And remember that this woman, she had on a brooch. This was when Prince Harry was about to get married. And remember that infamous brooch she had on. And people were saying, oh, she was trying to be racist. No, she had to cover it up, and she had to go along with her. She had to apologize because she didn't want you to know the truth, that she was paying homage to the blackamoors, which is the Black nobility. She was paying homage to them. See, they are in control of everything, and still is in control, and they shun publicity because they don't want you to know what's really going on. It's melanated people like yourself that's in control of everything, but we're told not to never look at it in that sense. These people right here is the people that met us, that came to America, and they met us. These people right here. Those people right there. Those are the people came that met us. Those are the people that got off the Mayflower. This is why it's a lot of stories of melanated people that had all kind of slaves. It was the blackamoors that came over here. They set up shop, and they're infiltrated in our families. They try to hide who they are because they don't want you to know. These are very wealthy people that have gotten wealthy off of the indigenous people, that have gotten wealthy off of these indigenous people have gotten wealthy off of us, because we don't know the truth of what's really going on. And they constantly have us looking at this white man, and no, the white man don't have the power. The blackamoors have the power, and that's who's in power right now. But they hide themselves, and the reason why they hide themselves is because they have to make you think that they don't have any power. This is why you see these pictures right here. This is why you see him kissing their feet. That's the black.
Hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. If you know, you know. If you don't, then definitely go do a little bit more research. Okay, we are over here talking about the black nobility. We are talking about the hidden hand. Now, if you missed my first video, then definitely go check that out, Reflection. Okay. It has a little bit more information, a little bit more in-depth information about this particular subject. Okay. Now, with that being said, Reflection, remember, everything over here is for you to go do your own research. It's to spark that thought, Reflection. Okay, but keep in mind, a lot of symbolism that we see over here today, Reflection, or where it doesn't even matter where the fuck you at, Reflection, you see this symbolism all over the world. Who really is ruling the world? Now let's go back to what she said about these particular families, Reflection. They don't want you to know who they are. They don't want you to know who they are. And the reason why she said that is because, remember, it's only magic if you can hide it in plain sight, Reflection. Okay, you have to think, people who is, what's the most dangerous person? A person, your enemy, that you know that's your enemy, they're out in the open, you know that's your enemy, or your enemy that's walking amongst you, Reflection. You have no idea that that is your enemy. And not only is that your enemy, Reflection, allegedly, now this is just hypothetically, okay? Um these are the particular people, Reflection, that can clothe themselves to look just like you. Okay? So what do you think about that, Reflection? What do you think about this particular black nobility family? Okay? Well, families, what do you think about that, Reflection? Okay, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, everything over here is alleged. This is a video to strictly spark a thought.
The Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and also the Constitution come from that. And they lie to us and tell us, oh, they sat down like these were some brilliant men. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. They wrote it in 1215 with sheepskin. They wrote it on sheepskin. And the Magna Carta is for the elite. That's when they tax you and everything, but they don't tax themselves. We get taxed. They tax our paychecks. We go to the store, they taxing us for the food. We go and buy clothes, they taxing us for that. They tax us for the gas. That's why they tax us for everything. But when they don't even have to file their taxes, and you don't either. You just don't know that. You don't either. You just don't know that. And see, they're not going to tell you this because they want to keep you stupid. Black nobility is a society within a high society, within the elite, and they are the highest. See, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, they'll put them on a Forbes list because they want you to think they're the richest people in the world. They can't even touch these black nobilities. They can't even touch them. Them castles in Europe, they owned them castles. And then, do you know we had castles here too? We was powerful people. When they show us all naked and all and with leaves around us and leaves, no, we was powerful too. We were superior. They learned us. These melanated people came and they learned us. They learned us first. And when they learned us, then they turned on us and killed us. That's what they did. And they built on top of your land. That's what really happened. And these white people, they're just the middleman. And the reason why they kiss these Africans' feet and these Jamaicans' feet, the reason why they do it is because that's the reason why they in power. Because we don't know any better. That's why they in power. And see, they want you to continuously keep looking at this melanated, this white man, because if you keep looking at him, you can't see who's really in control of it. That's just like Margaret Singer, when they put her in front of us. And you know, put not in front of us, but put her the front man of Planned Parenthood. The front woman of Planned Parenthood. But she wasn't running that shit. She wasn't, and these white people ain't running shit. That's why when you go to them, they not gonna help you. What do you think Africans, when they come over here, they can go get a loan? You can't. They'll mess with you if you go get a loan. They'll deny you if you go get a loan. They ain't gonna deny it.
Ooh, shut your mouth and keep on talking. Reflect. You heard what she said. Hit the like and subscribe button. We are over here trying to figure out how can we get some of these loans, baby. No, I'm just playing, Flesh. I'm just playing. We over here talking about the black nobility. We trying to figure out who run the world. Oh, who run the world? We just trying to see, Reflection, who running the world.
Do you remember when Prince Harry, I'm just say it like it is, Prince Harry, and he married this woman. I don't know her name, Markovich. I don't know her. I really don't know her name because I don't follow him like that. When they married, and you saw, let me show you something, because I want you to get an understanding on what I'm saying. And you saw that this brooch, and they said this woman was trying to be racist because she wore that brooch. See, that's not of a slave. That's not a slave. That's of royalty. Those are the leaders of Europe. Those are, this right here is who in charge, and they pay homage to them. See, if you go in Europe, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see in Europe. She wasn't trying to be racist at all. She wasn't. It wasn't even about being racist. They pay homage to the black nobility. The reason why is because that's why they got their wealth. And see, it's for us to not understand who's really in charge of it. See, we keep our eye on this white man and this white woman. We keep our eye on them. And a lot of white people don't know what the hell is going on. They don't understand it. A lot of them do, but some of them really don't understand what's going on. Just like we didn't understand. See, look at the melanated man. Look at the melanated man. And then look at the white man in back of him. Who it looked like in charge. Look at the melanated woman, little girl standing up. But then look at the little boy bowing down on his knees. Little white boy. See, that's who in charge. That's who was in charge. See, when you go there, see, they're not going to show this on TV. This is what you see. Those are the statues you see. Because that's who land that is. The Black Lemurs. That's what they call Black Lemurs. When you go to Europe, this is what you see. Those are the Black Lemurs. Those are the black nobilities. See, this is where your Constitution comes from. These are the people who wrote the Constitution. See, the Constitution used to be called the Magna Carta. It was written in 1215. That's when it was written. AD. That's when it was written. When they lied to you and tell you James Madison sat down and wrote the Constitution like he was so intelligent, that's a lie.
Hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. We over here talking about the black nobility. We over here trying to figure out who run the world. We just trying to see. We trying to see what's really going on. We trying to figure out what is behind this hidden hand that we keep hearing about. The more we go down this rabbit hole, we keep hearing about a hidden hand. What is this hidden hand, Reflection? What does this all really mean?
Who runs the world?
They started from wealthy families, oligarchic families of Genoa and Venice in Italy. And in the 12th century, they held the privileged trading rights, which means monopolies. It's a secret shadow hierarchy. The one at the top, what is called the papal bloodlines. The Black Pope is the one controlling the biggest intelligence agency in the world. They belong to the Jesuit order. What is called the black nobility families are the royal families across the world, mainly in Europe. The one who is the most powerful, which the Windsors are connected to, is Guelph. JFK was from such a family, but apparently he misled the cabal, and that's why, unfortunately, he was assassinated. The Black nobility founded the Club of Rome, the Council on Foreign Relations. They appoint the presidents and the prime ministers worldwide, as well as having immense influence over the finances, over every aspect of our life.
Hit the like and subscribe, but remember, everything over here is alleged. Everything over here is hypothetical. Hypothetical reflection. What I said, hypothetical reflection is shit that come off Mars, Jupiter, and Venus. I picked this up before I got over here. Don't you pick it up, and if it don't belong to you, don't you pick that shit up. Reflection. Now, if you do, if you felt, if I feel it in my spirit. If you felt it in your spirit, reflection, and you pick that shit up, you bet not leave it on my spaceship and you go run with it, okay? You go run with it like shoo, okay? Now, with that being said, we are over here talking about the Black nobility. We are talking about this hidden hand reflection. We are trying to figure out who is really ruling the world. What is really going on? Now, we see a lot of this symbolism, a lot of royal, even Egyptian symbolism, but it goes farther than Egypt reflection. We see a lot of this symbolism when we go what they say Teresa, I ain't been to Europe, but just when you research Europe reflection, go do a little research into Europe, and don't just look on the first and the second page when you're researching this shit reflection. Go to the third and the fourth when you gotta dig a little bit reflection. Dig and shit. Okay, because they gonna put the bullshit on the first and the second page. Remember, you heard that from T. So keep looking on the third and the fourth page reflection so you can find the good shit, so you can know about the Black nobility. We just trying to figure out who the fuck is ruling the world and who is the Black nobility. We okay, you said the Black nobility is the people who is allegedly this hidden family, families that are supposed to be allegedly ruling the world. Well, who the fuck are they?
Okay, that last name is in which, as we know, the French royalty had intermarried with the British royalty. So Beyonce is also related to the British royalty. So I'm going to show you how that is. Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about how Beyonce is related to French royalty. Now, this is how. Now, looking at this article, it says Beyonce descended from Acadian hero and Cajun pioneer. Beyonce's family tree can be traced back to French colonials from Acadia, which is in Canada, and down to the Afro-Creole survivors of slavery. Beyonce has become a household name in the United States and worldwide. The multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning artist. Okay, that last name is in which, as we know, the French royalty had intermarried with the British royalty. So Beyonce is also related to the British royalty. So,
And you also got to remember reflection, because when you hear British and all that, I don't want you to get confused and shit. You got to remember we was everywhere reflection. We was everywhere. It wasn't a part on this planet. You know how we are reflection. We nosy. We gonna see what the fuck going on. Oh, who over there? What's going on? Do we need to go over there and see what's going on? We was everywhere reflection. Ain't shit changed. We the same way we are today as we was back when. We been nosy as fuck reflection. You know we ain't finna let no land be somewhere and we don't know what's going on over there. We gotta see what's going on. Reflection may be some good shit over there. Hit the like and subscribe button. We are over here talking about the Black nobility and reflection. If you look at a lot of these coat of arms, we talked a lot about the coat of arms and family crest in our last video reflection, but we're going to touch more about it in this video. But if you go back and you do research into these families, even when we did that video and you seen the name with Beyonce's bloodline reflection, you can go back and look at the family crest. Okay, remember we have talked a lot about symbolism over here. Reflection, look into the symbolism and it will show you who run the world, who is really running the fucking world. Allegedly, now it's just a strong alleged.
I want y'all to hear this. What if black people still run the world?
Please, TikTok, go watch my series breaking down the art piece in Solange's house. And we saw this breakdown when Kanye West was having his run-in with the J people. Okay? And that piece in her house was a code that I broke down. That, you know, those beings that have really been running the show are the Moors. And as you can see this coat of arms. The Pope is speaking, and the coat of arms, you will see if you look closely, a dark-skinned, melanated person with a crown on, showing you that they are still in power in the background. The real Black Pope, the real hidden hand.
Hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, everything over here is alleged. Go do your research. We over here talking about the black nobility.
The images of black people in early Europe. Hieronymus Bosch, The Adoration of the Magi Epiphany, Netherlands, 1485 to 1500. Anonymous Portuguese artist, an 86 centimeters of polychrome stone carving of Saint Benedict of Palermo with flowers, Portugal, 1650s. Cameos featuring detailed profiles of black men and women in precious metals and jewels were popular in many European countries. The ones above date around 1600 to 1800. Some art historians relate the style above to depictions of the goddess Diane. Robert Home portrait of a Malay woman, England, 1770 to 1788. At the Royal College of Surgeons of England collection. Portrait of King Balthazar, one of the three Magi, and a servant. Fragment from an Adoration of the Magi, Netherlands, 1480, Rijksmuseum, Amsterdam. Discarding images. Amazons Le Secret de l'Histoire Naturelle, France, 1480 to 1485. At the school of Francois de Troyes, you'll find a portrait of a mulatto aristocrat in armor. France, 1680 to 1730. Abraham Janssens, The Agrippine Sibyl, Netherlands, 1575. A sibyl is a kind of pagan prophetess. 12 sibyls of various origins were said to have foretold the coming of Christ. Stanislaw Samostrzelnik, Adoration of the Magi, Poland, 1539. The Image of the Black in Western Art Research Project and Photo Archive. Jasper Beck's Portrait of Don Miguel de Castro, Emissary of Congo, Netherlands, 1643. Magdeburg Cathedral, Statue of Saint Mauritius and Catherine, German, officially called the Cathedral of Saints Maurice and Catherine. Medieval stonework featuring Saint Maurice at Dom zu Magdeburg, Saint Mauritius and Katharina. A young black man with a bow, France, 1697 to 1700. Museum of Fine Arts, Dunkirk. Workshop of Jacob Cornelis van Oossanen, Adoration of the Magi, Detail, Netherlands, 1510 to 1515. Design for reliquary bust of Saint Maurice, Germany, 1525 to 1527. The Image of the Blacks in Western Art. Artist's name is John White Werewants, North Carolina, Algonquian, England, 1585 to 93. Drawing on paper in the British Library. Anonymous German artist, altarpiece with St. Maurice, Germany, 1499. The Image of the Black in Western Art Research Project and Photo Archive. This was the coat of arms of Sardinia, Netherlands in 1390. King Pomaré I of Tahiti, England, 1777. Source: more on John Weber, more on King Pomaré I of Tahiti, Record 11 and Record 2. The artist's name is Geertgen tot Sint Jans. Portrait of the Adoration of the Magi, Detail, Netherlands, 1480. History of Proleus Royal, the Battle of Genghis Khan and Prester John, France, 1340. Illuminated manuscript, British Library, London. You can see the black armies on horses fighting Genghis Khan's army.
All right, reflection. That just go back. Remember when I told you we was everywhere? They was everywhere. Reflection. We was everywhere. So when you hear about the Germans and this, that, and the other, these places, well, you get what I'm saying, reflection. When you hear about these different places, you have to think, don't think about what's programmed to you right now. Don't think about when you Google something, this is the image that shows up, reflection. No, you have to remember we were everywhere. We were everywhere, reflection. That is very key. Now, it is said that this black nobility family, reflection, were in the hidden. But the question is, why would they go into the hidden? Why would they go into the hidden and have this other race to almost be the scapegoat, reflection? Because you have to think, if I put all of your focus onto this particular group of people, there's no way you're going to notice me. Just think about any movie. Shit, think about a thief, a motherfucker that stole some shit, reflection. They done stole the, reflection, and next thing you know, they got you. They like, next thing you know, reflection, they helping you look for the shit too. You like, damn, I just lost my money. Where my money at? I said it right here. They was like, damn, I seen it right there too. Did you look over there? I'm gonna look over here. You look over there. The whole time, reflection, they stole the shit. They took it, reflection. They tried to act like they was helping you look for it. I think it goes something like that. I don't know now. I'm not saying that's how it go, but I think so. I think so.
Welcome to another episode of Hidden in Plain Sight. This will be the first episode in the series entitled The Black Nobility Family. There is so much information that has not been made available to the general public about the real and the true royal families. The real Illuminati, the original Vatican priesthood, the Europeans being the first slaves, the original empires of China, the original Charter of London, the first United Nations, the truth about extraterrestrials, and the list goes on and on. The original Charter of London, as you may well know, is governed by the Illuminati, or the private banking dynasties of 13, the so-called royal families. But the truth of the matter is, the original charter was granted by members of our noble families, who in fact are the Black noble Shriners, that enslaved Europeans prior to Europeans enslaving Black people. The term slave, or Slavic, was a term used to describe Indo-European slaves of the Black nobles. Indo-Europeans were the first Slavs. Slaves are Slavonics, not Black people. Most people think the Black people were the first slaves, but of course, they were not. Europeans want you to believe that all Black people are descendants of slaves. We all came from Africa on slave ships in 1555, and all civilizations began in Africa. However, this is not true, because Black people were the first people everywhere on the planet Earth. Not just in what they call Africa, the original Fertile Crescent, of which is said to be the origin of all life on this planet. It ran from what is now known as North America, on the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida, down through what is known as Africa into Mesopotamia, or what is known as
the Middle East. It also connected to what is known as Mu and Lumeria, which runs underneath the oceans into China and Japan. This is further validation that we did not all come from Africa, because most of the indigenous peoples of South America and
They said, baby, tell me to go back to Africa again. Baby, I wouldn't even know how to get down the dirt road. Baby, quit telling me to go somewhere I ain't never been. How I'm gonna go back somewhere I never even been? Let me know. You go back, cause I ain't never been. Yeah, you probably been before I been, cause I never even been. Not on the boat, before the boat, when you built the boat, after the boat. I got on a boat, but it wasn't cross the Atlantic, baby. It wasn't cross the Atlantic, the Indian, the what other ocean is it? Reflection. It wasn't cross none of them seas. Reflection under the sea. Now I may was under the sea, but you did not take me across the sea. I think that's what they trying to say. Reflection. We over here talking about the black nobility. We talking about the hidden hand. We trying to figure out who hand is hidden. We want to know. Reflection.
Sometimes you got to put the pieces the way the puzzle is giving you and not try to fit them the way you want to see them. And I see a lot of people doing that with a lot of the new information coming out. You figured out that the so-called black was already in America. You figured out that even World War I, that's the tool they were using to get rid of all the rest of the black kingship that was in places like Russia and all those other places. But you're still running with the same timeline that they're giving you, telling you that the Caucasian is the one that did everything destructive from 1490 whatever. That don't make no sense. You can't get new information and still run with the same old storyline. Most kings of Europe, places like Germany, England, all those people were of color at one time. When they started intermarrying with the Caucasian, after a while, then the bloodline started to thin out. Now, if you even go back to King James is a Semite. He's from the line of David. David is from Judah. Judah is a Jew. Jew is of a ruddy color. Those are black, copper-skinned, brown people. King James, when he created his Bible, he used to rule all those places in Europe. Did he send his book to Europe? No. He sent it straight to America. It's the first place his holy King James Bible went to. So to me, that looks like Semite versus Semite. When you do deep study, the Caucasian did not get full control until the early 1900s. So there's a big old piece missing. So who the hell pushed him up front? Because worldwide, they try to tell you that you're the minority. No. They're the minority. Before pre-antediluvian, everybody else looked like this. So how did he get to the forefront? He didn't do all the stuff from 1490, whatever. But when he did get his full power, oh, he went wild. Because the Philistines, the Canaanites, and what we call today the black nobility, they pushed him in the forefront. Sometimes we call them boule, because from Babylonian times, all those people of color that were ruling in secret sects, you think they left? They ain't go nowhere. They still been there in the background. And they gave him the economics. Once they gave him the economics, I'm talking the Caucasian, they pushed him up front. And because he has a minimal amount of time to rule, he went wild on you. The time of darkness did not begin with the Caucasian. 6,480 years. From you coming from Noah time, coming straight down to Babylonian, those were people of color. And at that time, darkness has its own order, just like light. And that was the time when the order of darkness took over, and they were people of color. So when they were running, after a while, they pushed the Caucasian to the forefront. Because again, the label that they give you, that all blacks are the same, this is how they misconstrued everything, while we can't figure out who is who. We're always identifying the Caucasian and the other ones that's laying in the back, which is the Canaanites, because we've got a missing piece again as to who the Canaanites are. Because you know Cain and Abel, but nobody ever told you about Benelli. Once you figure out who's the Negro, it starts to clear up, because in every book they discreetly identify the Negro separate from black, from the black race. One book it says, after the antediluvian period, the red race, which is originally stems from Atlantis and evolved into the copper-colored skin, red or brown. When I say brown, I don't mean the brown they say today like the Hispanics or like Mexicans. Not that brown like this brown. The red race evolved into this brown and the copper-colored skin. And it said after they ruled, then they were succeeded by the black race. That description tells you, okay, it went from west to east. That's where the powers went. It went from North America and South America to Egypt or Kemet. Then another one describes it by saying the Ethiopians or the Egyptians were like Ethiopians. They were almost the same color as the degenerate Negro, but they weren't the Negro. So you go, wait a second. That don't make no damn sense. Boom. This is where the Bible comes in and fills the gap. Solomon means soul man. That's the Adam man. The man that the first one, the celestial man that was created, where the Father put a soul in him and made him different above all men. So it tells you, it says, he is the elect above 10,000. In Kabbalah, when they say 10,000, you narrow it back down as 10. The 10 Sephiroth, one straight down to 10. That means that's the Adam Cadman body. That's the celestial body. So that first man was a celestial man. He had full connection because his whole tree of life, all 10 lights were connected. That's why I said 10,000 to trick you, but it ain't for you. It's for the elect to come in and decipher that code for you. So it's 10. So in the Songs of Solomon, it's alluding that Adam, that ruddy copper-colored skin Adam that was created first and the soul was put into him, soul man, was put into him. He was the Adam Cadman, where all his 10 lights from the tree of light was all connected. He has his divine connection. He was above all men. Right. So now go back to that historical fact where they said that the Egyptian was different from the Negro, because the Negro was a degenerate. Then you got to look. If you look up degenerate, it's something that was here that fell down to here. Every time you read the Bible and it says dry bones, the dead, it's talking about the Negro. It ain't talking about the African Hamite. It's talking about the Negro from North America, the Black American. It's talking about all of them from the Caribbean. It's talking about all of them, and some of them scattered in other places. It's not talking about the Hamite. And if you want to test it, go and call an African nigger and see how he reacts. Even in Jamaica, we got our own term for it. Nigger. It's the same thing because it's the same line of people. Go back again and you look up Hamite. It tells you the Hamite is the progenitor of the black race. He is the progenitor of the black race, but not the Negro. But now we know why. Because the Negro is a descendant of the early red race, the copper-colored skin, brown race. He is not a part of the Hamite or the Hamitic race of people. Yes, there were copper-colored skin in North Africa at one time. Some of them you call them Moors. Even the early Arabs was copper-colored skin. but that was northern Africa. And after a while, remember, they dispersed because, again, remember, the Bible or the scriptures tell you that you're supposed to lose your identity. An Arab is a nomad. It doesn't mean that they were these light-skinned Arabs that we know today.
If you know, you know, hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, everything over here is alleged. It's alleged reflection. We trying to figure out who ruled the world. We trying to pull that hidden hand back. We just trying to see reflection. We just trying to see without getting our forehead and shit. You get what I'm saying? Extended, roll up, hold up. We over here talking about the black nobility. We trying to figure out reflection who ruled the world. Cause I know we done heard about the 13 families. We done heard about the, you get what I'm saying, all them childs and the fellas and all of them reflection. We heard about all of them. But we heard it's a step up. We heard it's a little notch up reflection. We just trying to figure out who is it.
Do you think? What if I told you the whole concept of white versus black was created solely for the purpose of separation? And that the real individuals behind the president, behind Congress, the hidden hand, is also melanated non-ether people also? What if I told you that? The individuals you see in the illustration behind me are referred to as the black nobility. These are the original 13 families, okay? These are melanated, carbonated individuals. Everything we've ever been told, okay, in reference to who we believe the enemy is, so to speak, has been solely for the purpose of distraction, okay? Now, again, there are malevolent Caucasian individuals that did wholeheartedly embrace that role, okay, that they were set to play. But this actually derived from our own melanated people selling us out. Look at some of the old relics from Europe, you'll see that these individuals were black people, okay, that they commemorated, that they highly revered. You can find a lot of the real ancient relics in the Vatican. They had statues and all kind of things to commemorate the black nobility. 13 families all have the blood of the black draconian. The individual you see to my left and the illustration behind me is referred to as Tarnush or Halal, okay? This was a black draconian. This is who Ra Hayes making reference to when he say they look like us, but they not us. These are reptilians, okay? And oftentimes they have the pointed ears and a widow's peak as a genetic trait. The elder god Dr. Malachi Z. York, he spoke on these entities in the holy tablets, okay? This is a depiction, okay, of how these individuals look. They're reptilian, they are shapeshifters, and they are black. They are normal melanated. This is a depiction of how some of them may look. They look like us, but they not us. Here's another example, okay? Black reptilian, black draconian. They figured if they could create an enemy for us, then we wouldn't think about them. Okay, that's why one of their names, code names, basically is the hidden hand. They're the biggest secret that most people don't talk about. Tarnush is the son of Marduk. Okay, Tarnush wanted some form of cosmic dominion, and when his grandfather Anu didn't grant that his request, he just completely went disagreeable. And there were others that carried that same ideology. They basically wanted dominion and wanted to have some sort of power, and they wanted to cause chaos and wreak havoc because of that. As I told you in the past, these archonic entities thrive on your low frequency emotions like grief, guilt, anxiety, and things of that nature, fear, okay? So they can't really operate in the 528 hertz frequency, which is love. So it's important that you embrace this green Ethereal cosmic energy that's re-emerging, okay? That's the essence of the heart chakra energy that's going to come back. And once we fully embody that and we eliminate all racism, all hatred, and we just fully walk in the heart chakra, okay, and follow the laws of Maya, which are heart being light as a feather, which you're forgetting about anything that you've been taught through the indoctrination process in regards to the assimilation, then you will fully ascend and tap into your crown chakra and fully reap the benefits of a Kundalini awakening. You can't do it with hatred, okay? So contrary to what you want to believe, you want to have an enemy and things of that nature. It's understandable, but your biggest enemy is yourself, and your biggest enemy is the indoctrination and a false technology that you've been told, okay? This also came.
I can definitely agree with that. Your biggest enemy is your self reflection. It can go so many ways. Listen, my decoders decode it. Pick up with that. What you need to reflection. Okay, smiling faces. What is a smile? Nothing but a frown. Turn upside down. Hit the like, subscribe button. You over here with my crew, and we are talking about the black nobility reflection. We are talking about the families. We trying to figure out who run the world or who really run the world. Now, who they told you? We trying to go a little farther. We just looking. We just looking. We ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't gonna shh. Be quiet. We know. We know. We know. We over here. My crew. My crew know this. Shh, shh. Be quiet. You get what I'm saying? Now we just looking. We just looking. We just trying to figure out who hand is hidden and shit. We just trying to see what tone it is. Reflection. That's all we trying to do. We ain't causing no issues.
I hope you ain't missed this on Gay Rent, because this got to get broken down. He exposed the nobility. Listen very closely.
You got 1,000-year-old families, Medici. Under that, you have the Vatican, the Pope. Under that, you have the financial groups that control all your Vanguard. After that, you have Putin, you have Trump, you have all this shit.
Look how low and tier it goes.
What all this shit is, entertainment, Hollywood. Take that, run that back, run it in schools.
Then he featured a new song with the vultures. Look what he got on his back. What's that? Wah, 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 wah. They look like us, but they ain't us. They all for themselves. Shout out to the brother Young Elder. You know what I'm saying? Because he Rod Hayes and Young Elder already pointed them out. But they ain't as famous as yet. Pointed them out. A small group of black Zionists. A lot of people, you think about the JDL and the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, you think it's a bunch of pale faces. Nah, it's a whole bunch of people holding positions and following orders. There's levels to it. And I say at the top, it's a whole lot going on. Now they always show you the picture of the Pope kissing them dudes' feet. But what about... Hey, this video speaking for itself. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So the whole time you thinking Milton fell from rib, at the top upper echelons of these private organizations, they still worship the mother. That's why you see the Pope praying and all that. I get it just do. But this jacket, he calling them out. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. This is why they would never teach you symbolism. Like I always say, that was not a section in school. But I think Kanye be snapping out of MK Ultra. Anytime he wake up and do these rants like this, he's snapping out of MK Ultra. But these gems that he dropping right now, that was important. That was something to extrapolate from. And of course, if you look at it on a surface level, people might be like, oh, he's promoting an album, or he's doing this for clout, or he's crazy. But nah, he not crazy. This world is being run by banks. Kanye said France owned 80% of the banks in Africa. Africa. Which the tribes that are in Africa, the indigenous, they don't call it Africa. So when I say I'm not African American, when I say I'm not a black African, that ain't to diss my brothers on the other side. These is misnomers, man. Y'all got us up for real, bro. See, Ye know what's going on. That's why he be calling out these people. Because he know who really got power and who don't. Of course, anybody could come grab you. They could slip some gas in your window. You're out of there. But to not live in fear, to not live in a lie, is way more powerful than you being scared of them doing something to you. I'm trying to tell you. They'll clap you anyway. You got to stand for something or fall for anything. I ain't saying crash out with Ye or nothing, but if he's speaking at this on a magnitude level, you see they're not touching him, what's stopping the people from waking up too? Because nobody want to stop getting that check, right? The ones that are in position. I'm saying the ones, how many people sacrificed their bill? Like, yeah, they knocked them down to 400. How many people sacrificed their emotion? He had the hottest shoe. You know how many?
Hit the like and subscribe button. They made them fuck with him, but they damn sure they touched that forehead now. They touched that forehead. I don't want to hear it. I know an extended forehead when I see it now. I know an extended forehead. Hit the like and subscribe button. We over here talking about the black nobility reflection. I know an extended forehead when I see one. Now Kanye, they made him touch him. They made him touch him, but they touched that forehead. They touched it. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Hit the like, subscribe button. We over here talking about the black nobility. We are talking about the hidden hand reflection. We trying to see what tone it is. We trying to see who rule the world, not who you think rule the world reflection. Not them. Not them. Shh. Be quiet. We ain't gonna even say it. We ain't gonna even say it. We talking about that hidden hand. Okay, we see what color they hand is. We trying to figure out the one that's hidden and shit. What? Let me see. Hurry up. Let me see your hand. What it look like?
13 colonies. It's going to blow y'all away. I'm telling you, this is going to rock the world. Okay? All 13 colonies had rich black people in those colonies, rich black people, families, wealthy black families in all 13 colonies, and they all owned slaves, white slaves. Not black ones, white ones. Yes, it was indentured servitude, okay? But they lived on the black man farm and they worked for the black man. And the only difference between slave, it don't matter, you're still a slave as long as you don't, you could be a slave either way, but you're still a slave. But the point that 13 out of 13 colonies, all 13 colonies had black people own white slaves. Sure did. And they worked for them. Imagine that.
You heard what he said, show did. Show did. Reflection, that's what he said. That's what he said. Who ruled the world? We just trying to figure out what complexion is that hidden hand. We just trying to figure out who ruled the world. We ain't even finna go in. We ain't gonna shake nobody's hand. We ain't gonna, you get what I'm saying? We got on gloves and everything, so you ain't gotta worry about that reflection. You don't even have to worry about that. My crew, we know how to do. We know how to come prepared over here to Earth. We know this is the planet of fucking illusions. We know y'all will pull a quick one on this reflection, but we have to be a little quicker.
Incredible confirmation that a reptilian race from another world has been behind the manipulation of humanity for a very, very long time. Now, what do these Chitahuli actually look like, the reptiles?
I'm not a good artist.
You're better than me, that's for sure.
But this is how we believe the Chitahuli look like. They were created in this, you see, sir.
Incredible.
Can't make this shit up. Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. We over here talking about the black nobilities. We trying to figure out who ruled the world. We trying to figure out what's behind that hidden hand. We just trying to see. Pull down your glove. Let me see. Let me see.
We're the true Americans. The European colonists took over and started calling themselves Americans and started changing the history, saying that they brought us here. We were always here. We were always here. You've got pyramid kuntas in Central South America that are older than the pyramids in Giza in Misraim that the people call Egypt. Older. You've got civilization principles that are here in Lower Egypt that you call Kentucky and Tennessee area that is older than they are in what you call Egypt. But those things are held secret because they don't want these people to know.
The black nobility family, we talking about who ruled the world. Reflection, they said, shh, be quiet. They behind my spaceship. Reflection, they said, you trying to talk to right there? You over there telling shit? I ain't telling nothing.
Because that's who land that is. The Black Lemurs. That's what they call Black Lemurs. When you go to Europe, this is what you see. Those are the Black Lemurs. Those are the black nobilities. The aristocrats. That's who these are. See, this is where your Constitution comes from. These are the people who wrote the Constitution. See, the Constitution used to be called the Magna Carta. It was written in 1215. That's when it was written. A.D. That's when it was written. When they lied to you and tell you James Madison sat down and wrote the Constitution like he was so intelligent, that's a lie.
But shut your mouth and keep on talking. Hit the like and subscribe button. Reflection. We over here talking about that hidden hand. They said, Trina, if you want to keep both of yours, you want to go back to Mars with both of them, you better crank that fucking spaceship up. I don't give a damn if you ain't got nothing but a pinch. I mean a pinch of water and get the fuck up off of Earth. So with that being said, Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, because I ain't even worried about it. I'm finna go get some more drive outs anyway, and I'll be back tomorrow. Until next